Mike here with Spartan Mowers, and we're going to go over our 2020 year model lineup, starting with our brand new Rzc Series. This right here is a brand new model for us. It's going to be our entry level for the 2021 model year, available in a 54 and a 48-inch deck. It comes with 20-inch Carlisle turf armor tires. You have large front cast ring tires on it. This is shown with our optional split beam LED headlight. It's a 7-gauge deck, one piece bent and welded from the front to the back, 4 inches deep. It has our split metal pulley. The process of a split metal pulley, what makes it unique is you take a flat piece of metal, you split the end, then you roll it into shape. Then our pulley manufacturer will machine out the center, put the bearing in, cramp it down, so it does not have a lot of flop as most pulleys. It's a very high-end pulley process, and we do that on every mower we make. This right here is our 54. Now when you go to our 42 right here, which is a new deck size for us this year, this gives you a better view of what the mower looks like. We have brand new tanks. They're 5-gallon tanks. All of our mowers for 2021 now have our deck height dial system, which is brand new, redesigned for 2021. To adjust the deck, you simply press the foot pedal right here. And then after you do that, you just simply twist that, then you let it down. It's that simple. As with every Spartan mower, you have your parking brake here. This releases it, this locks it. Every Spartan mower is going to have a keypad. Rather than having a universal key, you enter a personalized code to start it. It just takes seconds to change the code. You have a clock, your engine hours, mowing hours, engine RPMs, and battery voltage, and it tells you when to change the engine oil. Accessories are plug and play. You just simply press this if you want to turn on the LED headlight. It's that simple. 12-volt charging port. And this right here has Tough Torque Rzhd Series hydraulics that are completely serviceable. You can change the oil in them. A lot of hydraulics in this price point are sealed. These are not. Now going from the Rzc Series, you step up to our Rzd Series. The Rzd Series is the same as last year, but with some product improvements. Rather than having a pin kit, it is going to have the same deck height dial. You have 22-inch tires rather than the 20-inch tires, and again, they are the Carlisle turf armor tires. It still has a 7-gauge deck. It's 5 inches deep versus the Rzc, which is 6 inches deep. And this right here gives you a good idea of our baffling system. Our baffling is the same no matter if it's our entry level or our top of the line. The baffling setup is the same. They're 1/4-inch blades, so they're very thick blades. And this right here has the Tough Torque Rzhd Series hydraulics in it with a charge pump. Now going from the Rzd Series, you're going to go to the Rzd Pro, which is way over here up top. The Rzd Pro still has the 22-inch tires. We added a shock on the seat to allow the seat to bounce up and down, and you can adjust the operator weight on it. It has Tough Torque 450cc hydraulics on it. I'm sorry, Tough Torque 450 Series hydraulics on it, where you can change the oil, the filter, and everything else. So again, it's completely serviceable. That's the Rzd Pro Series. Now from there, you're going to get to our Rzc Xd Series, which is in the far corner. The Rzc Xd Series is our entry level to the Parker hydraulics, to our ROPS, and new for this year, we put 9.5-gallon fuel tanks on it versus the 5-gallon fuel tanks. There is not another mower in this price range with all the other features that we have on it. It has the 7-gauge deck, 5 inches deep, 22-inch rear radial tires on it. You have, again, the Parker 10cc hydraulics, so it's a 9 to 10 mile an hour machine. As I mentioned, 9.5-gallon fuel tank capacity, folding ROPS. The tanks have a cup holder, storage pocket, phone holder, and we also have a nice seat on it. Now from there, you're going to go to our RT Pro series. The RT Pro has been our best-selling residential model for years. This year it's a mix between the RT Pro and the Rzc Xd. They're going to run similar hydraulics as the Rzc Xd, but with the RT Pro series, you're going to get 24-inch rear radial tires. Bigger tires are going to allow you to get better traction and a smoother ride. You're going to get a 6-inch deep deck, which is going to be able to process thicker grass, more volume of grass. 6 inches is very unique in this industry. Most commercial mowers only have a 5.5-inch deep deck. It's still a 7 gauge, but with 5 gauge on the outside, so it's a very strong, robust deck. Now, with all of our mowers, I did not mention earlier, we use solid anti-scalping wheels. They're not what I call the wiffle ball effect on it. So if you smack it against a tree, a curb, or something sideways, it is going to withstand that abuse because it is solid. And underneath the floor, this will give you a good view of what everything looks like. The deck dampener right here, when the blade moves, it again takes the majority of the belt flop and the deck vibration out, which is going to give you a very nice solid feel for it. This one has the optional suspension seat on it. Now, going from the RT Pro series, the next step up is going to be the Rzd Xd series. The one up top is the Rzd Xd series. This is our starting level, full 100% commercial model. We call it the fleet machine because it gives you so much value for what you're paying. It comes with Parker HTJ 12cc hydraulics on it, so you're looking at about 11.5 mile-an-hour speed. You get the same 7 gauge deck, 6 inches deep, the same 3/8 bullnose on the deck. You get front and rear radial tires. Radial tires are going to withstand a lot more abuse than bi-ply tires on it, especially the fronts. You can get multiple engine options, including new for us this year, is you can get a Kawasaki 38.5 horsepower EFI engine with electronic fuel governor on it. The benefit of the electronic fuel governor, it basically pumps more fuel into the engine if it's starting to bog down, and that's going to allow you to keep your engine RPMs up. And 38.5 horsepower is a lot, but it's going to keep the engine RPMs up if you're going to get it to bog down or before it bogs down. One other thing I want to mention, let's go back to this little guy right here. Our frames, we use the same 1.5 by 3-inch frame on every single mower we make, every single utility vehicle we make, Intimidator UTV. So if a person buys this right here, you know you're getting the best solid welded 1.5 by 3-inch frame. So it's a big difference. So from the Rzd Xd series, the next step up is going to be the SRT Pro, but I'm going to show you the Srt Xd. SRT stands for Smart Ride Technology. What that means is you're going to get additional springs in the back. I'm going to show you here in a minute. The springs are going to allow the top of the tires that are going to go in and out. So when you're driving along and if it's bumpy, it's not going to allow the deck to bounce as much. It's going to allow our full floating deck to float a lot better rather than actually bouncing. With the SRT, you get the radial tires, which gives a nice, better ride than a bi-ply tire because they're softer. You're going to get the 3 bushings, which is called the 360 floating seat, which is also available on the RT Pro and the Rzd Xd. The 3 bushings allow the seat to rock in the 360-degree direction. You're going to get what's called test pack bushings underneath the seat that allow the seat to bounce, and you're going to get a suspension seat on it. So you have multiple things working together to give you a very good ride. The Srt Xd has Parker HTJ 12cc hydraulics on them. So again, full commercial hydraulics, around 11.5 mile-an-hour ground speed in this. With this model, you also can get it in right here is a 28 horsepower big block Vanguard. You can get it in a Kawasaki, an FT 730 EFI. You also can get it in bigger, higher horsepower Kawasaki's too. And this is shown with the optional basket spoiler, where you can put a cooler here, you can put a sprayer there, and it's just going to keep it up out of the way. This right here is an optional striping kit. And check this out. This is a brand new accessory that we're just now releasing to our dealers. This is a fan. And if you don't have a lot of low trees and open spaces where you can have a big top like this and this fan, I mean, it is just amazing. I can't wait to try it out. Then also the grab assist handle is an accessory here, as well as our front shock forks. Now from the Srt Xd, you step up to the Srt Xd. This is our top of the line zero turn. It's available in a couple different engines. What you're seeing is Vanguard's big block 37 EFI with the oil guard. What's unique about oil guard, it's a 5-quart aluminum oil reservoir. So basically it takes a lot more time for the oil to go from the engine. It's going to pump it through a very large filter in the cap, and then it's going to settle back down, and then it's going to come out of the bottom of the oil reservoir and then back through the engine. That takes a lot of time. So you're going to burn cooler, cleaner oils. The XD also is an SRT, so it's going to come with all those features that I explained with the Srt Xd, but you're going to get Parker HTG 16cc hydraulics on them. Being that they're 16cc, it's our biggest and our fastest mower at about 13 mile an hour with this unit right here. What you're seeing are optional wheels that are going to be available for us this year. If you choose not to get the wheels as an upgrade, you can get our 24-inch by 14-inch wide rear radials with aluminum wheels that are standard on this and also standard on the Srt Xd this year. And then of course our optional front forks. Now from here, let's look at this cutaway, and then we will show you our brand new KG stander. This right here is a 2020 cutaway, so there are going to be a couple changes from our 2021, but this gives you a very good idea of what our product looks like if you take away the fuel tanks, the tires, and quite a few other features. You can see how everything is just very open and accessible. The split steel pulleys right here, I mean, just how solid they are, and they also have a patent dust cap that keep all the dust and stuff, little rocks and stuff out of the bearings. This right here is our quick shield. You just simply go up like this, and you can go down, and then you can lock it up at a small degree angle too. And this right here gives you a good example of just about how strong and well built our machines are, and just how open, accessible, and easy to work on. Now this thing right here is brand new for us for 2021. This is our KG standard. KG means King of Grass. It's available on 2 different models and 3 different engines. You have the KG Pro and the KG Xd. The KG Pro comes with a Kawasaki FT730 engine. The KG Xd with the Kawasaki FX810, which is what you're looking at. You can also get it in a Vanguard 37 EFI big block engine as well. This right here on the 61-inch deck comes with the 14-inch wide rear radial tires. It comes with 12-inch wide rear radial tires on the 54, and then you're seeing the optional wheels. Now what makes this very unique is, for one, the look is great, but look is just a little bit of it. Function is more important. This right here, we wanted to design a stander that had a platform with the suspension that's going to give you a very nice feel. If you're going to stand all day, you're not going to get fatigued. But we also wanted to have a seat on it where if you did want to sit down on it, you could sit down in the seat, and it's going to hold you very nice and firm, where it's not going to feel like you're moving around all the time. So we put this seat right here. It only takes about 10 seconds to remove it. You just have one knob, you take off the knob, and then you simply pull it out. Now if you come around over here with this seat, there's a lot of adjustability in it. Right here, you can slide it up and down depending if you're short or tall. Right here, loosen this up, and then you can basically change the angle of it. Then right here, you can move this pin up, and then that's going to basically make it softer or more firm. And that's going to allow you to stand on this platform, and you can, like for me, it's a little too steep for me, but just with a simple adjustment, you can stand and you can ride on it, or you can just simply sit down. And if you can still move, and if you want to get off, it's very easy and very simple. Another unique thing about our stander is, rather than having to adjust the deck height right here, we put a pedal down here on the bottom. So you just simply take your foot, then you push it down, you remove this pin, and you notice how the pins are facing the operator rather than the pin actually here on the side, so you can easily see it. and then you simply just lower that down. So if you're cruising along and if you're coming up against a stump, you can just simply press the pedal without having to take your hands off the control if you need to raise it up. So again, it just makes it very simple, unique. And as with every Spartan mower, you have our keypad right here that you enter a personalized code to start it. So if you have a fleet of machines and if you want to assign a mower to an operator, you can give them their own code so they only can start their mower. And it gives you a lot of other features, including fuel. This one has 2 6-gallon fuel tanks, and so it has an electronic fuel gauge on it. You have 2 charging ports, a 12-volt outlet on it as well, 3 cup holders, 2 storage pockets, and a lot of other features. This seat back right here removes, so you can take this off and access everything in there if you want, or simply just go around to the engine side. So everything is just very open and accessible. This right here is a great product. We've done a lot of testing and a lot of focus groups on it, and we're very excited to release it for the 2021 year model. Again, we appreciate your time. For more information, visit SpartanMowers.com or check out your nearest Spartan dealer. Thank you.